Hey, Tea Squad! Welcome back to Dropping the True Crime Tea, where we serve the piping hot stories everyone's whispering about, and today we're diving headfirst into a case that's been trending on Netflix, in the news, and honestly, just about everywhere. I'm your host, Kirsty, and we're taking you behind the headlines of Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult, the docuseries that shocked social media, exposed a network of influencers, and, most recently, sparked an FBI raid so wild, it belongs in a movie. So, fill your mugs and buckle up, because this is the true crime tea you absolutely don't want to spill. The story starts in sunny Los Angeles, where a group called 7M Films and a church named Shekinah Church were quietly building an empire one TikTok dance video at a time. But behind those viral moves and perfectly filtered smiles, former members say there was a dark undercurrent: manipulation, control, and alleged abuse. At the center of it all, Robert Shin, the charismatic founder of Shekinah Church and mastermind behind 7M Films. On the surface, Shin was a spiritual guide and business mentor, but ex-members claim he ran his operation more like a cult than a church or a talent agency. Netflix's Dancing for the Devil doesn't pull any punches. We meet the Wilking family, Kelly, Dean, and their daughters, Melanie and Miranda. Melanie and Miranda, known for their dancing, rose to TikTok stardom, but Miranda joined 7M Films and suddenly became distant, cutting off her family. Melanie and her parents took to social media, begging for contact, and their emotional journey forms the heart of the documentary. They weren't alone. Priscilla Lee, a former member, described being forced to sign over her earnings and enduring harassment. Melanie Lee claimed that Shin's financial demands siphoned away up to 80% of dancers' incomes through layered fees, management cuts, church donations, and even a man of God tithe. Others, like Kylia Gray and Kevin Davis, spoke of manipulation, forced massages, and, for some, sexual misconduct. Their stories aren't just chilling, they're heartbreakingly detailed. Kylia, for example, described how the lines between faith, work, and family were blurred, leaving members isolated and dependent. But if you think Robert Shin took these accusations lying down, think again. Shin and his team have denied everything. They insist that 7M Films and Shekinah Church are totally separate, that no one was ever forced to stay, and that all financial arrangements were, quote, voluntary and lawful. When the docuseries dropped, Shin called it a slanderous work of fiction. He sued former members for defamation, and they countersued, claiming years of brainwashing and exploitation. And just to add a sprinkle of legal drama, Shin actually lost some early court rulings, with judges ordering him to pay legal fees for the plaintiffs. He also denied sexual misconduct claims, stating that any physical contact was situational or offered voluntarily. Now, here's where the true crime tea gets scalding hot. On the 25th of July, 2025, before sunrise, a team of FBI, IRS, postal inspectors, Department of Labor agents, and SWAT stormed a gated Tujunga property tied to Shekinah Church and Shin himself. Flashbangs lit up the quiet street. Neighbors watched as 6 or more people, some elderly, some mothers, were let out in handcuffs. The search warrants? They covered sex trafficking, money laundering, mail fraud, tax evasion, and COVID fraud, a whole menu of federal felonies. As of this episode, the investigation is ongoing. No arrests have been officially confirmed, but the raid marks a massive escalation from online gossip to criminal justice reality. And the former members? Many say this is the moment they've waited for. Melanie Lee posted that she's dreamed of the day justice will be served for victims. Let's not forget the personal cost. The Wilkings and others featured in the documentary describe years of pain, estrangement, and a fight to reclaim their lives. Meanwhile, Shin's team claims they're misunderstood and unfairly targeted. Who's telling the truth? A judge and jury may soon decide. Civil trials are scheduled for later this year, and the federal case? It's just beginning. So, what can we learn from all this? That behind every viral dance and hashtag, real lives can be torn apart by power, secrecy, and manipulation. But there's always hope. Thanks to brave survivors, the law is finally catching up. If you want more on this story, check out the docuseries Dancing for the Devil on Netflix. And keep it locked here at Dropping the True Crime Tea. We'll be following every update, every court filing, and every new twist. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a rating, share with your true crime squad, and drop your thoughts below. Your support keeps this tea hot and fresh. I'm Kirsty, and until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep questioning what's brewing behind the scenes.